Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to The Wealth. Napoleon Hill was an American author best known for his book Think and Grow Rich and his early contributions to personal success literature. He was born Napoleon Hill on October 26, 1883 in a one-room cabin in Pound, Virginia. His writing career began when he was 13 and he worked as a mountain reporter for a Wise County newspaper in Virginia. He attended law school but withdrew over financial reasons. In 1908, Napoleon Hill interviewed Andrew Carnegie for an article. Andrew asked Napoleon to research, write, and publish a formula for success based on interviews of successful men and women. The result was The Law of Success, a multi-volume study course. This was the beginning of a very successful career as a personal success author. On that note, let me tell you that today we're going to be talking about 5 facts that people ignore about Napoleon Hill. But guys, real quick, before we start, I'd want you to hit that red subscribe button to enter our monthly shout out giveaway. Just comment down below saying I subscribed and we'll enter you into the giveaway. Number 1. Disturbed childhood. Hill was born in a one-room cabin near the Appalachian town of Pound in southwest Virginia. His parents were James Monroe Hill and Sarah Sylvania, and he was grandson of James Madison Hill and Elizabeth Jones. His grandfather came to the United States from England and settled in southwest Virginia during 1847. Hill's mother died when he was 9 years old, and his father remarried 2 years later to Martha. His stepmom was a good influence for him. Hill's stepmother, the widow of a school principal, civilized the wild child Napoleon, making him go to school and attend church. At the age of 13, Hill began writing as a mountain reporter, initially for his father's newspaper. At the age of 15, he married a local girl who had accused him of fathering her child. The girl recanted the claim and the marriage was annulled. Number 2. He initially worked for Rufus A. Ayers. At the age of 17, Hill graduated from high school and went to Tazewell, Virginia to attend business school. During 1901, Hill accepted a job working for the lawyer Rufus A. Ayers, a coal magnate and former Virginian Attorney General. The author Richard Lindgman said that Hill received his job after arranging to keep confidential the death of a black bellhop, whom the previous manager of the mine had accidentally shot while drunk. Hill left his coal mine management job soon afterwards and began law school before withdrawing for lack of funds. Later in life, Hill would use the title of Attorney of Law, although Hill's official biography notes that there is no record of him having actually performed legal services for anyone. Number 3. Breakthrough meeting Andrew Carnegie. His biggest moment and lifelong pursuit was discovered in 1908 when Napoleon was working for a magazine by Bob Taylor's and was assigned to interview one of the most influential men of the time, industrial giant Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie was the magnate of Pittsburgh Steel, a billionaire, and during the interview he put a 20-year challenge to Napoleon, which he accepted, and it changed his life. Carnegie had a simple belief that the process of one's success could be summed up into a single formula that anybody could understand. He also stated how much of a shame it is that every generation must find the way to success by trial and error. When the principles of success are simply clear-cut, Carnegie's challenge was that if Napoleon would commit to 20 years without compensation to complete together the principles of a success from the country's greatest businessmen and leaders, seeking out the common denominators of their stories, then he would introduce Napoleon to the most wealthy and successful men of the time. He took up the challenge, and over the next 20 years, he met and interviewed more than 500 successful people, many of them millionaires. Among them included John D. Rockefeller, Alexander Graham Bell, Theodore Roosevelt, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and many other contemporary giants. As a result of his research of more than 20 years, he became the editor and publisher of his own Hill's Golden Rule magazine. He developed numerous study courses and published various works, including The Law of Success by Means of the Philosophy of Achievement and The Ladder to Success, and an intense home study course that included 17 volumes, titled Mental Dynamite. Another achievement was the fact that he became an advisor to Carnegie and also an unpaid advisor to President Franklin Roosevelt from 1933 to 1936. Number 4. Think and Grow Rich was not a usual hit. His astounding book, Think and Grow Rich, has consistently achieved incredible success and is a highly sought after wealth of wisdom for many, even 70 years on. It still remains in the top 6 best-selling business paperbacks. Since its conception after the 30s depression, where it sold more than 1 million copies, it has not stopped breeding success with many millions of readers it has touched. As it is now, it has sold over 30 million copies worldwide. The book has been a formula and a call to action for any American dreamer who dares to conceive an idea, and more, who dares to believe it. Napoleon's philosophy of personal achievement has set in motion, in the minds of its readers, a creative visualization and understanding of the law of attraction. This book uncovered the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for Napoleon himself, and still uncovers the substance of success for those who dare to read it today. He took his cherries from the many business people he had been commissioned to interview, and broke down the basics of the philosophy of achievement, and then published it as he was challenged as a young man. Number 5. Setback, starting over again. With all of the high living, raging success and achievements in the 1940s that Napoleon had discovered along his journey, he was met with disaster as him and his wife Rosa fell out of their relationship. A great chasm had begun to divide them. This ended in a messy divorce that saw Rosa walking away with virtually all of his royalties from his successful book, Think and Grow Rich. His life's work was literally snatched away from him. He moved away to South Carolina with a view to start again, and at the request of William Plummer Jacobs. William was the president of a college and also a publisher. He asked Napoleon to create and print a 17-volume self-improvement study course titled Mental Dynamite. The project was unfortunately halted by the onset of World War II and the rationing of paper and production. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also guys, if you could please check out one of the 2 videos you're seeing on screen right now, it really does help us out. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.